What's up, guys? Welcome to the 10th episode, double digits, woo! Of J14 Gamecast. We got John and Jeff here, and myself, Brendan, and this week Sean is joining us by Skype. He had a fatal accident at the gym.
He's joining us from the afterlife.
So he'll be joining us via voice. Yeah, he's not there right now, but that's okay.
He's drinking. We're not joking.
We're never joking about drinking. This is a very real thing. I was drinking at work today. So
were you?
We were too. Well, I wasn't. Everybody else.
Everyone else was drinking?
Yeah, because they had free
what
beer.
is this, backwards?
They had an awards.
Day.
Oh, yours was Canada Day?
Yeah.
Oh, no, they have we had some awards thing tonight. Like every year they have our milestone achievements and service awards.
Oh.
So people get awards if they've been with the company for 5 years.
Oh, yeah.
So there's just free booze and free food.
It's
I don't get it, yeah. I was like, I'm not drinking on Wednesday, but
not
whatever.
funny.
May as well keep going.
I'm still going.
That was really fun walking out to my workout. And everyone's like, oh, you want free chicken? You want free cake? You want booze? God damn it.
Why do they sound like Barney?
Hey. I don't know. Clementine.
Oh,
inside joke.
Yeah, so good.
All right, so let's go over what's new this week. Wow, that was really loud. It was
Sorry.
obnoxious.
That was
Jeff
startled.
throwing his Vita on the ground because there's no games for it.
Oh, snap.
I would also like to point out that if any of these games are ever on Origin, I will never buy them, ever. Actually, if there's any games for EA, I will never buy them.
Have you been trying to buy a game on Origin, Brendan?
I have, yep. And I haven't. It's been unsuccessful.
Mm.
So, EA, if you watch this, fuck you.
Give us all free games.
That's... don't even bother giving me free games because I don't give a flying fuck. But
We won't be able to install them.
yeah, unless you basically buy me a computer, install the games on it, and ship it to my house. Maybe then I would play your game. But unlikely. So. Anyway, what do we got here? June 23rd. Everything comes out on June 23rd this week?
That was
Tuesday.
Yeah. So
that
that's
was
new game
2
day.
days ago.
Yeah.
Past tense.
Mm.
Okay, so we got Valiant Hearts, which I think you were playing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Transformers: Rise of the Dark Spark.
Rest in peace, High Moon.
Ooh.
Is that their last game?
They're not making it. They're doing old last-gen Call of Duty ports now, but they did the previous Transformers games.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's too bad. They were really good, too.
Awesome.
Yeah, they were a good studio. Who owns all that stuff? It's Activision, right?
Yeah.
Activision. So disappointed.
Connection of EA. So disappointed.
Well, they merged. Which studio did they merge? Infinity Ward and Neversoft.
Yeah, I don't know. They have a bunch. And
You're like,
basically
what?
everybody's working on COD now. Neversoft's working on COD.
You see
They have
some-
Sledgehammer now doing COD as well.
Yeah, Sledgehammer
Movies.
upgraded from doing ports to actually making a full game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Helping
it's like
with
10 different
making a
companies
full game.
making Call of Duty
Now they're
games
making
now.
their own.
There's so
Maybe.
many.
Treyarch was
Yeah.
one. Fuck.
Maybe they're gonna make a skateboarding Call of Duty game.
I would actually play that. it's like Titanfall, but instead of jumping off walls, you
Doing
go off
tricks.
half pipes and stuff, and you're shooting people who are grinding on rails.
Yeah, undercover cop that skateboards really
Fuck,
well.
that's a
or
brilliant
something
idea,
like that.
John. Someone's gonna steal it.
All of Hawk Pro
3 years from now, it's gonna come out
I'm like, fuck. Why didn't we make it?
because we don't know how.
We don't have skills. Zero.
Advanced Duty Skateboarding.
Advanced skateboarding.
Alright. What else we got? We got Shovel Knight.
I'm excited for that.
What's that being released on PC?
PC, Wii U, and 3DS. PC and Nintendo exclusive.
Damn.
Mark that down on the calendar.
Yep. Never happened again.
Never happening.
And we got, this is, I know someone here is going to be excited. Killzone Shadowfall Intercept expansion.
Don't give a fuck. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
I want to play that.
Killzone sweater.
I bought the season pass a while ago, so I played the first DLC, which was really good. Had some new maps and weapons. And, ironically, the one co-op game I kind of want to play right now.
Yeah.
Should try that out tonight.
So did they update it that you could play the original story in co-op as well?
No.
No. Okay.
It's like, trying to think how to describe it. From what I read, there's 4 maps, and it's kind of like, it's like you can have up to 4 players, and it's kind of like a horde mode, but there's like a level that you go through, and then there's a boss fight at the end.
Oh, okay.
So they said there's like 3 bosses to fight, and
That would have almost made me want to play Killzone with you.
Almost.
Yeah.
I understand. But it's okay. By the time you actually bought it and downloaded it, I wouldn't want to play anymore.
Yeah, I would have traded it.
Oh.
Wow.
Traded it.
Buy a season pass, trade in the game. What have I done?
Oh wait, that's me playing Battlefield 3.
Oh.
Ooh.
I couldn't even trade it in.
No, you just traded it into your recycle bin.
Yep.
Snap.
Basically said, here's a bunch of my free time that I don't need.
So is that it for new releases?
Yeah, bit of a light week, I suppose.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess we'll move on to the news. There's still plenty of news. It's only been a couple weeks after E3, so...
There's nothing before the news?
Not a little tick?
Yeah, of course there is. I was testing you. Good catch.
Oh, okay. Yes, passed.
Yeah, you good.
I failed.
There's the door. So we'll go with what have we been playing the last couple weeks? I actually think we've been playing a wide range of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I have. Yeah, and you have, and John.
Yep.
Sean? I don't know what you've been playing, Sean. I never see what you're playing.
I know. I've been playing. I've been dabbling in a couple games. I jumped back into NBA 2K, which is just so fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been playing a bit more of my first season than that. And then I've been buying some stuff on the Steam Summer Sale. So I've been playing. I tried a bit of Nether. That game is. Now John can vouch for me on that. It's a
fantastic.
It is
fantastic.
The best game ever that's ever been created, especially with their tutorial. It is like the best tutorial I've ever played.
For $3.
When you say best tutorial, do you mean worst?
I mean, I can't get through it because it's broken. And then during the tutorial, I leveled up 15 times for some reason.
What?
Yeah.
I'm going to play that tonight.
You were just so good.
Level
The game
15, and I played for maybe about 10 minutes. So,
wow.
That was great. And then
I
played...
Go like a pier and buy Nether. No, I'm not.
No, we'll buy it because I want to play it when it actually works.
Then I'll buy it when it works.
We gotta remember the game's
$3
credit is still in beta.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's
still in
I
beta.
thought it was
early
done.
access, right?
Oh, I didn't know that.
And
Does that make you hate it a little bit less?
Yeah,
Yeah.
a little bit.
I played with Brendan a little bit last night. We played ISS or War Z or whatever the hell it's called now.
Mm-hmm.
I was all over that shit.
Yeah, he was.
John was too, yeah.
Yeah.
We played Downloading Simulator 2014.
Yeah.
Would you say it's current gen?
They've done some good...
Definitely last gen with those download speeds. It's like last gen PSN.
Oh.
Ooh, Sony shots fired.
I'll never forget. I rented a movie and I tried to download an HD movie off the PSN store on PS3. It was like 4 gigs. It took like 8 hours.
Oh, jeez.
I was like, I'll run out to the Tim Hortons, grab a coffee, come back and watch this. Like 5%. I was like, what the fuck?
Well, time to buy Netflix.
Yeah.
But other than that, I haven't been playing much. I know I bought a bunch of games on the summer sale, so I'm going to start playing those, and I might stream those. But other than that, not a whole lot.
Sean, you're lying.
What else have I played? Oh, we played Battlefield.
Yes.
Oh my god,
Hardline?
forgot about that.
Yes.
Oh, did you play it too?
Yes. We played through the beta together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What?
And we jumped on to Battlefield 4, and I played like the best rounds of my life.
Yeah, we played some Battlefield 4 as well.
Does it work now? It was actually not bad on the PC, right? Even when we played at launch, it was relatively stable.
It was still stable. I think...
It was immensely better for me because the game actually ran.
yeah,
I could actually play a game and not have it crash my entire computer.
it's true.
So that felt like
An improvement from
huge
Battlefield
improvement.
3.
Yeah.
Okay.
So good job, EA.
Yeah.
You pleased one customer.
Yeah, that's
Fuck
pretty
them.
much what I
That's how they rope you in.
Reel me in and just
Yeah.
Yeah, give it to me. Thanks.
Wow.
So, John.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something.
No, I got nothing.
Oh, okay.
Or sorry, Brendan, did you play more or just Battlefield?
Well, we'll go with John
Yeah.
first. You can talk about what you're playing.
Yeah, I've been playing stuff here and there. Like, played a bit of Final Fantasy. The Final Fantasy 14. Just trying to do quests. Spent an hour in this dungeon. It was just really long and grueling because we were going through it so many times. Because our party just couldn't fight the boss. And
Is that Garuda?
no, it was... I don't know the boss name.
Okay,
But some poison level boss. Basically, he heals if he's standing in poison. So if anybody who's listening to this knows that.
Oh, is that the one with the purple water? Whatever.
I couldn't tell you. Anyways, at the end of it, everybody just quit. So yeah,
Rage quit.
yeah, we didn't beat the boss. So yeah, I played that. What else did I play? I played a bunch of Mario Kart, a bunch of Metal Gear, trying to get all the trophies for that.
Ground Zero.
I'm really just into that game, especially since watching that gameplay trailer, which we'll get into.
Yeah, we'll talk
Later.
about that.
Yeah.
But, so stoked for Metal Gear. I played a bit of Don't Starve. It's been a good while.
Nice.
Love that game.
Didn't they release something for it? Like some DLC or like an
Yeah,
add-on
they're
to it or
releasing a
something? PC
multiplayer.
Right.
It's not up for
PS4, yeah.
PS4 yet.
Sure, it'll come.
I hope so. That'll
Yeah.
be great. Multiplayer.
It'll be fun.
Yeah.
We'd not starve together.
Or we will starve together.
It'd actually be a fun game to play for the podcast
Yeah.
Yeah.
if we can ever coordinate multiplayer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the other one? Played a bit of Infamous and Valiant Hearts, which is really good. I felt like at first I thought it was going to be a meh game, like it wasn't for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just really digging it. It's really heartwarming. The characters are really.
Does it follow like I couldn't tell from the trailer. Does it follow like multiple characters? Like you kind of get stories from different people, or is it like one person's story?
Exactly. It's interactions of all these people and how they eventually meet together and
Oh, okay.
how they were brought together in the first place.
I remember watching that trailer and then like hearing commentary about that, and then when they realized that it was not the people in that trailer that were talking and doing the narration for it, that it was the dog, I like started crying.
Uh-oh. Spoilers. It's kidding.
Wow. Spoiler.
A spoiler of a trailer?
I don't know.
Dogs
People
talking.
always yell at me spoilers, so I'm just doing
Yeah.
the same.
Wow, spoilers.
Spoilers.
I'm always going to yell that.
Dogs
about
talking.
Spoilers. Now everyone knows. It's kind
Yeah.
of weird.
I did not know that.
There was a
That
trailer
dog.
for Metal Gear. Spoilers.
But yeah, it was a little heart-wrenching moment.
Yeah, it's definitely really good, solid game. It's got good elements of puzzle, and it changes up the pace instead of being side-scrolling. You has some. I can't say driving mechanics, but it adds a different type of gameplay.
Oh, okay. That's
So it's
cool.
really fun.
Keeps it fresh.
Yeah, and
What's the setting for this game? Is this the war?
World War
World War
One.
One.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought there was another World War game that talks. It's the view from like a house servant or something, or like a maid from a guy, or from someone who was out at war. Like almost like a Gone Home.
Was it
feel.
Call of Duty World at War?
Oh.
I don't know.
I was thinking, like, is it a Call of Duty game? And I didn't
I'm pretty
say
sure it's
anything.
not. Where you play as a maid?
Oh my god, that'd be the best Call of Duty
Busts
game.
out a machine gun and starts shooting everyone.
Yeah, it sounds familiar. I can't remember what it is.
Maybe,
though.
I think that's something upcoming.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Valiant Hearts 2. More
All
Valiant.
mating.
And more hearts.
Well,
See?
Brendan.
So I who have been playing. I bought Gone Home actually. Now that we talk about
Yeah, I saw that.
I bought something else on Steam that I don't remember. Must be a great game.
I do that all the time. I'm like, what did I buy?
You bought Nether.
Well, that's what it was. Yeah, I bought those two. Yeah, I wish. I'm trying not to make this podcast a rant about Origin. I'm really not. But
Well, we're talking about what we've been playing, so why don't you start with what you played on the weekend?
so Origin this weekend had a cool feature. I guess it is similar to Steam. I thought that Steam would give free play weekends to less exclusive games, or not exclusive, big time games or whatever. Anyway, Origin was giving free game time for Titanfall. So basically, you had 48 hours to play Titanfall, the full game, the full download for free.
To be fair, I don't know if Steam has done it this soon, because Titanfall just came out in March. It's only been 3 months.
Right, and I
They
think that's
usually
what I was
do
getting.
it, games like Chivalry and Mountain Blade, I've seen those up there a couple times
Yeah,
where
like
it's like, play this game.
Terraria or-
It's not like a big name game like Titanfall.
They have had Call of Duty, and I remember Counter-Strike was free for a while, too.
Yeah.
Or like...
You're right, I looked that up. Yeah, Call of Duty, they were definitely free for a
Yeah.
weekend. But so anyway, I actually, because Sean has mentioned that he's bought it, and you guys kind of spoke about playing at the beta, and not really. I was like, well, whatever. I figure I'll just wait around for 10 hours while it installs 50 fucking gigs on my computer and give it a try. And I actually really, really enjoyed it. It really, I'm an FPS guy. Love Halo. I do enjoy the COD games, even if they are all the same, more or less. But I found Titanfall really refreshing. I found it was really easy to just jump in and just play. It was in contrast because that was a couple hours that we were playing Battlefield, and every time I jump in the Battlefield, the game is just so. It takes a good hour, especially since I don't play it often, to get back into it.
Well, yeah, because it's like shit blowing up here, and like vehicles, and like fucking like...
there's so many players, and like
Yeah.
it's not nearly as easy. I just jumped into Titanfall and went, and it just felt so comfortable. And
I'm curious, did you do the... Because when I played the beta, it made you do a tutorial before they taught you
Yeah.
the basic mechanics. Is that
Yeah.
still there? Okay.
yeah, and the whole wall jumping thing I thought was super cool. So it just makes... It kind of gives it a mix of, because it's made by the old Modern Warfare Call of Duty creators, right?
Yeah.
It has that feel as far as gunplay a bit, but the whole jumping around a movie is almost like an Unreal Tournament kind of feel.
I felt that as well, yeah.
It's just you're jumping, it's fast paced, you're jumping around on anything, and it was really cool. And I really enjoyed playing as the Titans. I thought the Titans were a very good extension of the game. So I was really into it, and Origin has basically fucked me for 4 days straight because they won't let me buy the fucking game. So that was a good 2 hours. I'll never play it again, I guess. Until I buy an Xbox One or something. I've been playing Watch Dogs as well. I need to finish that. I don't know how far I am. I think I'm like 50%.
You're almost done Act 1, or you were last time I talked to you.
I think I am done Act 1 now.
Oh, okay.
And I think that's pretty much it. Jeff?
Oh god, so much. Well, I beat Assassin's Creed 4. Well, I guess it's been a while since we did a news podcast, because all our E3 ones we didn't talk about what we were playing.
Yeah.
So over the last month or month and a half, I beat Red Dead Redemption, Tomb Raider, Wolfenstein, Watch Dogs, and Assassin's Creed 4.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So, yeah, I finished Assassin's Creed 4 recently, and I don't know, I've played my PS4 pretty much every day since it came out in November. I've gone hard on it, so, I thought it was time to give my Wii U some love. I bought it in the end of November or December, I guess, with the Zelda bundle. And it was good, I just didn't, I'm busy with other stuff, I just didn't really give it a chance.
Right.
So I went online and kind of asked for some opinions. I looked at reviews and stuff too, but I wanted to find out, I didn't want to, get too many games, but I wanted a solid library. I'm very moody with my games, which is why I jump around so much, because I'll just get home and when I've had a shitty day, sometimes I want to shoot stuff, or sometimes I just want to play something relaxing. So I like having a good variety. So I tried to kind of find, I got my platformer like Mario 3D World, and then I kind of wanted an action game, and then I got Mario Kart, which is a racing game. So I got on Kijiji, I got 3 games for $50. I had a Walmart gift card, so I got Mario Kart for $18, which came with a free copy of Pikmin 3. And then the games I got off Kijiji were Wonderful 101, Monster Hunter 3, and Zombie U. And then I found, when I was at Walmart, I found Resident Evil Revelations for $15
Oh, wow.
in like a bargain
nice.
bin. I think it was actually wrongly labeled because when they tried to ring it through, it was coming up as like 50.
Oh, shit.
But they gave it to me for 15. Yeah, so I got about 6 games for my Wii U now, all for like probably a total of, because even the aside from Mario Kart, like, even the other games were really cheap. So yeah, I've got a bunch there. So I've been playing Monster Hunter, Zelda, and I played a bit of Mario Kart and then Mario 3D World, which I've had since it came out. Zelda again is just really, that's my first time playing Wind Waker, and I've never, like I said, I played through some of the handheld Zelda games, like Four Swords. Me and my friends, we all had Game Boy Advances, so we like hooked them up, and
Oh, that was fun.
Yeah.
Fun game.
and then Oracle Ages, Oracle Seasons. I beat one of them. I can't remember which one.
I wish I played those.
But this is, yeah, they're really good. But this is like the first mainline. You know, I've played Ocarina of Time, but I never finished it. So I'm intending to finish Wind Waker. That's my intention.
The tall order is definitely
Yeah, I looked up. It's like a good 35, 40 hours. So it's on the longer end of games. The only games I've played longer than that and finished were Mass Effect and Skyrim, I think. So we'll see.
it's definitely I think John could attest to this because it being out after Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time and some of the others, the game is definitely kind of like it has like a shock feel. Like it is a great Zelda game, no doubt, but it's not, I wouldn't say like the core of the Zelda feel.
Yeah, I think it's easier for me coming in because I don't have the experience you guys have with Zelda. I played a bit of the Game Boy games. I played a bit of Ocarina of Time and that.
Yeah.
So even though I know what Zelda is, in my mind, I don't really have like. So I'm still going through dungeons, getting chests, getting items. And the gameplay's still like the Z targeting, blocking, and timing enemy attacks and stuff like that.
Finding
the timing was kind of that was the big thing with Wind Waker.
It's very button mashy, I find. I don't know if it gets tougher later, but I find I can just basically mash on B or whatever, and I'll just kill. I was reading online, some people had complaints about that as well.
Go ahead, John.
I was just gonna say, I felt that was just really fun. You just get into it. And
it is. It's good for me. Yeah,
really quick.
But some people wanted it to be more like Dark Souls.
Because
Dark Souls and Demon Souls take a lot from the Zelda series in terms
definitely.
of how their combat plays.
in terms of the character movement and stuff, but they definitely a bigger part of the Zelda games is the puzzles, and right. So I mean, they do that to balance it. Otherwise, the game would be immensely frustrating.
Yeah, it is. The dungeons are really smart, and I like how as you get more, like I got my boomerang and grappling hook now, and then you have to use all of them to solve some of the stuff and figure out what to do where.
That's the beauty of the Zelda games. Pretty much every game has some level that I can remember that is, I've sat there for like a good hour or two and been like, how the fuck am I going to get through this level?
Yeah.
I mean, anyone who's played Ocarina of Time talks about the water temple, right? Not every game of Zelda has that. That bad.
Was that? I thought that was tough because of combat. Was that tough because of the puzzle solving?
Oh no, the water temple was just
and the temple navigation.
It was just the most confusing puzzle of life.
Oh, I kind of want to play it now just to see.
I played it so many times. I'm pretty good at it.
If I went to play it now, I don't even
Are you an
know.
expert, John?
Not anymore.
John's an expert.
Not anymore.
Oh, okay.
No, I was gonna say the biggest difference from the games, especially from the jump from Majora's Mask to Wind Waker, was they made a counter move that you could do, right? You could roll
really cool.
around a character and then like cut them from behind, and it was like a fluid motion. It wasn't up to that point. It wasn't really in any Zelda games. It was more block.
Yeah, it's not quite as intuitive as I would like. Like you wait for the enemy to start to attack you, and then a button prompt appears on the screen. Like it'll say press A, and then you press A, and he executes the counter move.
Yeah.
If you think back to like every single Zelda game before that, it's never really been like that.
No, it's
So I
more
think-
just like, keep attacking the enemy properly until they're dead.
Yeah.
So that was kind of a nice shift in the battle. Like, I didn't necessarily like it for Wind Waker. I'm not a huge fan. It's not my favorite Zelda game. But I think what they tried to do there was something that hopefully they'll keep trying to change the game just a little bit more so it comes back in a big way. Which is what I'm hoping Zelda will do.
Well, we're going to get, Skyrim Zelda, so...
Yep.
Yeah, so we'll see how that is.
So yeah, and then just quickly through the other games I played on it. Monster Hunter is really good. I got 4 or 5 hours in that now. It's a bit slow to get going. I don't know if Demon Souls, Dark Souls took inspiration from it, but the combat is really, really has a familiar feel. The only frustrating thing, whether this is by design or not, is Monster Hunter doesn't have a lock-on option. It does, but only for the bosses.
Yeah, that was real weird.
Oh.
So it's all about basically centering the camera on your enemy and kind of... I've gotten good at it now, but it's a bit frustrating. You're always kind of swinging in the wrong direction or just missing the enemy. But yeah, no, it does. It's a really interesting game. It's as much about kind of like exploration and collecting and crafting and stuff as much as it is about fighting the monsters, which I was surprised by because I didn't know much about the series. That's what it is. You basically kill them and you craft bigger and better weapons and armor from the monsters that you kill. And then Wonderful 101, it got okay reviews. Like I think it's Metacritic's like 78 or something, or high 70s. But I read a lot of praise online from people. It's another Platinum Games game, which people have a lot of love for that, and for Hideki Kamiya, who did the Devil May Cry. We were just talking about earlier because they're doing we'll talk about that later when we talk about the core game.
Right.
They did Wonderful 101, which is kind of it's like I guess a kiddier game. Like it's got kind of a light cartoony look to it, just about superheroes basically, but the combat's really cool. You draw weapons. You can use the touchscreen on the gamepad, or you can draw it with the right analog stick. And basically how big you draw it on the screen is like how big it is. So to draw a sword, you basically hold... You like could draw up on the touchpad, or you could like hold your right analog stick up to draw a sword on the screen, and you hit A, and then depending on how big you drew it on the screen, that's how big the weapon is, and it does more damage correspondingly. The problem with the game is that it does, and everyone agrees on this, it does a really shitty job of telling you how to play the game. There's lots of shit that's buried in menus that it doesn't explain.
Oh, really?
Like it's one of those games where you can pick up and play the basic gameplay, but to master it, I looked up online. There's like people are doing combos, like juggling enemies and like swinging the sword, and then middle of that attack, they're switching weapons to like drawing. You can draw like a fist and then hit them with a fist, and
whoa.
So people linked me to a set of like 5 instructional videos that I have to watch. It's like you have to study it and learn how to play it because the game doesn't. But apparently, once you do, it's like a really, really good action game. So I want to put in like 20 minutes to watch these videos and give it another try because I was really bad at it.
Get your degree in the Wonderful 101.
Yeah. Yeah, and then Mario Kart is Mario Kart. I don't know. It's great.
It was fun when we played it. That's another game that I played with Jeff. It was it's pretty fun.
Yeah, the only thing I couldn't... what we can do, Sean, I think, is we can set up a tournament so that more people can join, but I can't figure out when Sean and I played... We could play the two of us, but the rest was filled in by computers. I couldn't... It doesn't seem to have a party system where like the two of you can join up and then go play against other people. Or not that I could find.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if it
look
doesn't,
into that
because
a
it's
bit more.
Nintendo and online isn't really their...
Yeah, I remember that
Bread and butter.
complaint in one of the reviews, I think.
Oh, okay.
I'll have to re-examine that, but...
Yeah.
We'll take a look later on.
Yep. But yeah, I guess that pretty much covers it.
All right, so what the fuck is my phone doing? To the news.
The news.
So the first item on here, which I don't know how I didn't know this. I'm kind of disappointed in myself, seeing as how I'm so stoked about this series.
Okay.
Well, the weird part is it was announced not long ago, but there's like no gameplay trailers or anything, and it's supposed to be out in a few months. So it's like,
Oh, really?
yeah, that's what
I thought it was just announced today, but I didn't know it was... announced
today,
so long
yesterday.
ago.
I can't remember.
I think it was today.
Oh,
But it
okay.
says fall, so that's like 3 months.
Yeah, it was just announced today 'cause people were losing their shit online.
So
There's
how-
a couple of screenshots, I think, but that's it.
I did see a screenshot, so that's
did
something.
it look good?
It did look good.
Yeah.
Actually, I had to look quite closely and be like, oh, that's actually
It looked like the anime, or it looked
Yeah.
kind
Oh,
of
really?
like that
Like
same.
cel-shaded kind of... But
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the style they're going after. So what we're talking about here is the Legend of Korra game, based off the series from Nickelodeon. So it's being made by
Platinum Games.
Platinum
Games.
Funnily enough, we just talked about.
Yep.
I'm actually excited about this because I think every game that they make, if you're looking into combat, like Wonderful 100, like you're telling us how you can do 101. Sorry, you're telling us how you can do like mid combos, changing it up on the fly, making like amazing combos out of it. Their fighting systems, though they differ a lot in every game, they are so good. And they
Absolutely.
keep getting better. Like Vanquish was really good. And it's using the concept of slowing down time, which you see all the time in games. But the way that they did it was just different enough to make that game just run even better.
Metal Gear Rising.
And Metal Gear Rising the same way. And so it's just getting better every single time. So, I mean, a big aspect of Korra, obviously, is using the elements. So it's going to be very interesting to see what they incorporate for mechanics-wise for the different types, like earth, water, fire.
Yeah, well,
air,
if they intend to play true to the anime or the animated series, I guess you should say, such a big element is how much time and effort is put into the I can't say that word.
Authenticity.
Yeah, that's it. At how authentic the martial arts forms are.
Yeah.
So if that even carries over a tiny bit into the Legend of Korra games. I mean, there's been Avatar games made in the past. I don't even know who developed them for the first series. Yeah,
I don't even know.
I think there was 3 made based on Book 2 and Book 3.
Yeah.
I owned one of them for the 360.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
You play the game for 5 minutes and you get 1,000 gamer points in Xbox. It was just the easiest. It was ridiculous at the time, and they made a third one for based on the book Fire. And they kind of cheaped out because based on each book, you only get to play with that element, kind of.
Oh,
right. So I mean, I'm hoping in this game, you're the Avatar. The series, establishes that that's all available from the get go. So yeah, I really hope some of their expertise in their combat mechanics can make this game shine a little bit. I don't know how the story is going to work out. I don't know if anyone from Nickelodeon or the creators of Avatar are helping to give them a plot line or something.
They said some name, but I don't know. I didn't recognize it.
Usually with these, I don't know anything about the show. Usually with these, I mean, they have to license it, and the companies usually, I mean, they want it to retain some shred of dignity. So I think they'll probably give them a bit of creative freedom, but they might. Especially if I don't know if it's considered canon or not, or if it's a prequel to the show. Or I have no idea.
What I read is that it's taking place between season 2 and season 3. Season 3 is starting 2 days.
So presumably it'll be canon then. So I'm sure there must be some involvement from the show.
Yeah, they usually leave time gaps in between the seasons, so that'll be where that happens. So I'm really excited for that. I really hope that turns out into something.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I have confidence in Platinum Games. I mean, you have the guys that did Beautiful Joe and Devil May Cry, who are well known for incorporating combat styles and different types of combat styles. I think it was in number 3 or even number 4 where they were introduced. Dante could switch weapons on the fly and just incorporate that. You can throw that into Korra where she's switching from different art styles, right?
Yeah, that whole idea would be so kick-ass.
Yeah, they could do it. I have every confidence they can do something like that fluidly and just awesome. But whether this game's going to be awesome in 2 months or less.
Well, that is the part that unless it's just been under wraps for so long, maybe they can get away with it. Because
companies are delaying so many games, and maybe they just didn't want to announce it until they were sure that they could hit their release date.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Well, we might hear a bunch about this later on because, I've noticed, with Nintendo, we're all joking about how Hyrule Warriors was pretty much announced and saying that it was it's going to be out in August and it's 70% done, and this was maybe a month ago, and we were all kind of sitting there this is going to be impossible. They're not going to do it, and now they're just pumping out content after content, showing the characters, showing the different weapons, and it's coming at a rate that I think we're going to see something like that with the Legend of Korra game, because if it's coming out soon, they're going to want to pump up the hype.
And especially because it's going to coincide with the release of the 3rd season, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I guess just hopefully they don't rush it to meet that.
Yeah.
That's the problem with movie tie-in games, aside from the fact that they're garbage anyway, but a lot of it I think is just because they're rushed to tie in with the movie.
Oh, exactly.
So
So, moving on here, we got Infamous First Light confirmed for August 26th. So that's the next iteration of the Metro games, correct?
Pretty stoked about that.
Yeah.
I was. I found that was a surprise announcement to me. I mean, I shouldn't. I guess I shouldn't have.
Yeah, I remember them saying a while ago they were going to do story DLC.
I didn't catch that, but
oh, okay. So it was a big surprise for you.
yeah, I felt like it was pretty much done after that series. But
So this is just DLC for...
It's DLC and it's standalone DLC. So what they did with Infamous 2 was the same thing where... with Infamous 2, I'm assuming they'll do it the same way with this, is... The Infamous 2 was like a what-if scenario. So it was like the main character of that game, what if he became a vampire? So it like kind of was like just this side story that wasn't like, it was like a dream or whatever. Like it didn't really take place within the main story of the one, but you got like a whole new set of powers, like vampire related. And it actually, even though you didn't need the regular game to play the DLC.
Right.
It was like $15, you download it, you got like not the whole city, you got a portion of the city to play in. But it's a smart idea because it lets people, maybe people don't want to spend $60 on Infamous because they don't really know what it's about. They can pay $15 and get this little bit of DLC story. And if they like it, then maybe they get some interested to buy the full game.
Yeah, or pass both games.
So, but yeah, the DLC, it's based on Fetch, who's one of the characters in the game. The side characters were cool, but they didn't have much. They were they showed up and then they were gone. Like there wasn't much given to their backstory. So it'd be neat to see some backstory for her. And there's another character. We can't talk about it too much because Sean hasn't played it yet.
Yeah, sorry.
That's all right. But there's another character in the game that I'd like to see more backstory about as well. So maybe. I don't think they'll do more than one DLC, but it'd be cool to see a second one.
exactly.
Cool. Has there been any news about the release of the HD edition of Metro?
Yes, they announced the release date. I meant to throw that on there. August. It's in August as well.
Yeah,
end of August.
That's what I figured. I figured they'll...
Redux, $50, I think. Well, I don't know what it'll be in Canada. You can buy both games separately digitally if you want for like $20 or $25 each. Or you can buy them both in the package. So it's Metro Last Light and then Metro 2033, which is upgraded. I think they upgraded it to the visuals of... 2033 still looks fucking amazing, but they made improvements in Last Light, so it's got upgraded visuals, and then there was some gameplay complaints that people had, so I think they touched up some stuff there. So it's good that they're putting some effort into it.
Yeah, that'll be a good little package.
Mm-hmm.
Hurry up for the Steam Summer Sale. So we got here No Man's Sky, which was given some more coverage at E3. May not hit PC until after the PS4 version. That's interesting.
Yeah,
I could see that I could see that because it's coming out for the PS4 first. The console exclusive for a little bit. So I'm not too surprised that it may not hit PC at the same time.
I'm just surprised because I thought, especially for indie games, PC is usually like the lead platform. Like those games like Towerfall and I don't know. It seems like they kind of developed for PC and they just happen to come out on PS4 at the same time.
exactly.
I don't know. I was just surprised to hear that. I didn't know they were working like only on the PS4 because the way they said in their interview was like, yeah, we're making PS4 and then we'll see if we get around to a PC version. And I was like,
just surprising given the time frame.
Who was part of that interview? Was it Sean?
it was only 4 of them, so I'm pretty sure it was Sean. I can't remember exactly who.
Yeah, Sean's awesome, but he's kind of not a social person. So
I got that vibe from the press conferences he's been at too.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of what he said was probably misconstrued a bit.
Okay.
So, but like once they said PlayStation 4, it's coming out first. I kind of already had that mindset of like, oh, everything else is going to be a little bit later. But so I'm not that surprised about it. I don't know how you guys feel. I mean, I understand how Jess feels, but
No, I feel the same way. Like you think it's going to come out on PC exactly the same time as PS4 because I think they'll be working on one game and it's easy to push on both PC and PS4. But maybe it has to do something with maybe funding. Maybe Sony's backing them up that much because remember they were talking about
they had that flood last year.
So
yeah, but Microsoft helped them out a bit there. But I mean that wasn't. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. That wasn't. They might have covered the cost, but they're not. The game itself still isn't. They're an independent studio.
Yeah,
Not, yeah.
I don't know if maybe there's some behind the scenes work, but
there's lots of games though that aren't funded that are just Sony just approached them and they just build a good relationship with them, so they just that's their
which is
focus.
awesome.
They make the PS4 one, and then Xbox. Well, they have they changed their parity stance where previous they still have a thing where you must release it on Xbox at the same time or before you release on other consoles. But now they're evaluating on a case-by-case basis because Outlast just came out on Xbox One.
Oh, nice.
So, but it seems to me like it's basically they're still going to be there unless the game becomes really popular and they have pressure to put it on their platform.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I don't know why they just don't remove it. I mean, they talk about removing
It's
it.
kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that's
I just don't see how it benefits them. Like, I can't see a developer. I guess it pressures them to put it out on all platforms.
like you say, it's all about what it comes to in the end is cash, right? Cash incentive.
Yeah, it's all about money.
Money.
You know, especially for indies, if all Sony has to say, here's an extra check if you if it comes out first on our console.
Yeah.
To them, it's like free money.
Okay.
Right?
Getting into the whole Sony side of things, they had a couple exclusives on Sony before, right? That was Joe Danger and Joe Danger 2, the movie.
Yeah, those were PSN games, right?
Yeah, and those were PlayStation exclusives for a long time, so it's not like Sony just came up to them and was like, hey, do this. They already have that rapport. So
Yeah, I think we're just talking games in general, not necessarily this game specifically.
Okay. My bad.
But you say that though, that does make sense. If it's,
Well, it's kind of like Quantic Dream, right?
Yeah, they make Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls. Like they aren't funded by Sony, and they aren't. They have a good relationship and they're comfortable. And as long as they're making money, I guess, then.
Indigo Prophecy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so moving on, we got Resogun Heroes DLC out now. The update is free and includes local co-op and ship editor.
I think I worded that bad. There is a free update that has a ship editor and local co-op. Previously, it was only online co-op, but the Heroes DLC is like $5.
Oh, okay.
What's Heroes?
It has 2 new game modes. One's called Demolition and one's called Survival. They sound cool. One of them's like a soccer game. Like, it's still Resogun, but you're like, there's a ball or something that your ship has to hit around, and it's still, I don't know, it sounds crazy.
Like a weird Pong-ish kind of...
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Sweet.
That's cool.
I think I might invest in that.
Ship
$5.
editor. You guys were talking about that.
Yeah, I made a TIE fighter, but I made it. They give you like a box that you can build it in, like draw it up and everything, but I built it. I was looking at it from the wrong angle, so I kind of built it sideways, so when you play the game, it's like, instead of my ship flying this way, it's kind of like flying this way.
It's like flying.
Nice.
Yeah. So I have to fix it.
Which is kind of cool.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's funny. We have some Metal Gear Solid 5 gameplay revealed.
Oh my god.
Just
It was so
just
good.
stop watching this and go watch that. If you haven't seen it,
Just turn off our podcast.
Just throw it out the window. Whatever device you have on.
Before you leave, like, comment, subscribe,
And then forever delete
and
it.
then forever you can let us go.
We got some things that are revealed. Mother Base is back.
Oh, you can like walk through it.
You can walk around it.
That's cool.
Other people can attack it.
You can be in it, like hump it.
Just chill. You can hump
Just,
it.
like,
I didn't see that
Look
in the
at-
trailer.
I think it'll be in there though.
Yeah,
it's
It'll have everything.
It'll be a quick time
There's a
event.
big love box that comes down on top of it.
That definitely sounds cool because while I haven't played through all of Peace Walker, I was enjoying the Mother Base thing. It sounds like everyone who played Peace Walker loved that component.
Yeah, just the limitations of the PSP. It was kind of like a little overview of it. But
Just the idea that your base and your fellow or your followers and stuff. So it's cool they're expanding on that.
The knocking's really cool too. You got like your robotic arm or whatever, and you can like. It's not actually knocking. I think he like.
it's like clicking. Or
Yeah, he kind of like he moves the wrist or something, and it kind of makes like a
Yeah.
clicking sound to attract the guards.
Huh.
Nice.
And the cardboard box, the way you can like
Oh my god.
eject out the side of it and leave it behind as a distraction, and oh man, I was disappointed there's no
so
cardboard box
crazy.
in Ground Zeroes.
That was a disappointment. The Fulton,
Oh, the Fulton.
awesome,
The
awesome.
sheep.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah,
the-
now
the
you can like
parachute
pick up
thing?
anything.
Oh, Oh, the
Yep.
sheep thing.
They expanded how you could pick up resources, not just by people, as Brendan was saying, but you can pick up cargo or vehicles, and now animals like a sheep.
Yeah, he folded the sheep, and then he went back to Mother Base, and the sheep is just like walking around.
Chilling. It's hilarious.
Yeah, that's a Kojima thing to do.
I saw the box thing too, where he just kind of like explodes out of the box.
Yeah.
And
That's so
kills
cool.
a guy, which is that's funny. So dynamic weather. So is it based on like how dynamic exactly? Like
I think it's kind of like other open world games like GTA or whatever. It'll just randomly start raining or.
oh, I see.
And like day and night cycle and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
They have like an e-cigar they showed in the gameplay trailer where you smoke your e-cigar and it passes the time. So if you get somewhere and you want to infiltrate it at night, then you can like pass the time until it's night and then go in that way. Or I don't know why you'd ever want to infiltrate in the day, but maybe for a challenge, yeah.
We got The Last of Us price drop. This is the original game, I guess. How much is it now? $50?
In the States, it went from 60 to 50. In Canada, it went from 70 to 55. So it dropped 15 here.
It's pretty awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think they had a lot of. I mean, I still think it was a good value. The game's not even a year old, and you have to look at it. Like, I understand maybe not everybody who owns already wants to upgrade, but if you say, let's say the PS3 game, you could pick it up, I think, for $40 now at like EB Games.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're charging $60 for the remastered version, it would still cost you $40 to buy the PS3 one. So for $20 more, you're getting the PS4 version with upgraded graphics and visuals, plus all of the DLC, and the season pass costs $20 anyway. So you're basically just buying the game and the season pass together, and you're getting the visual upgrades for free. Like, I don't know, it's still.
Oh no, it's definitely worth it.
People are fine if they don't think it's worth it, but I don't see how it's a bad value.
Oh no, I think it's worth every.
It's no
penny
Master
back
Chief
there.
Collection value.
That's crazy.
4 games, 100 maps for
Shit.
$60.
That's
That's
all
awesome.
remastered.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's a pretty sweet deal. But no, that's good.
But yeah, I think they're under some pressure from people about the price and stuff, so maybe that's why they dropped it.
Which is fair, because
Mm-hmm.
it makes no sense for the game to be the same price or close to, with the remastered edition coming out, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. You see it with Game of the Year editions all the time. They always come out $60 value with all the DLC and stuff like that. No, why couldn't Last of Us?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it was worth it. But
Yeah.
Sorry, we should clarify. It's the remastered version that the price dropped, not the other one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like the regular version got a price drop.
Yeah.
oh, so it is the remastered edition.
Yeah, it is. They dropped the
it's
price
the
of the
PS4,
remastered
yeah.
Oh,
version.
yeah.
Oh,
Sorry, yeah.
Okay.
And that's why I'm saying I think they were under pressure because some people thought they were charging too much for what's essentially a PS3 game. But
Oh, so it's going to be $55 Canadian to buy the PS4.
yeah, exactly. It's a good deal.
That is a
Yeah.
good deal.
Yeah, I'll buy it.
Yeah.
It's good, but yeah.
Sean can finally play Left Behind.
I can, yeah. And all the multiplayer DLC start earning back the awesomeness that we once were.
Yep.
The one multiplayer game that, as a group, we were not terrible at.
Yeah, we weren't. And I tried playing it by myself, and I was terrible because my team wouldn't fucking revive me.
Yeah,
ever.
that's where teamwork comes into play.
Those stealthy games, for sure. It's anyone can be a hero in Battlefield or Call of Duty, but those
Anyone can
games,
be a hero.
Okay,
Sorry.
Can I tell MGO? Now they
Oh
my God. The rolling shooting from MGO. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Rolling
Oh
shooting?
God, that was just
Rolling-
so bad.
Where you roll around on the ground?
And you shoot?
Yeah,
I don't remember that. It's
they
been
like
so long.
glitch. I don't know. Some people got so good at the game where like they were just constantly rolling.
And it was impossible to hit them.
They would
Impossible to
shoot
hit
you?
them, but they could still like catch the right frame to get like a headshot on you.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
They would just keep going and going, and so when Jeff and I were trying to play, it was like ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm excited for Brendan to really. Because I remember you and everybody else, you guys all bought it, but we kind of didn't play it that much after.
Yeah.
Mm.
I hope they have that same tournament style that they had in the end.
That was pretty fun.
Or where you it's like a best of 5 or whatever.
Yeah, and like the people who stay like the best, the longest, earn like content onto their little store thing.
yeah, that was
Yeah, that was cool. You could unlock this. It was such a pain in the ass though, because you your PlayStation ID, then you had your Konami ID,
God.
and I could never fucking remember which one was which or my passwords.
Yeah, you're like, what the hell?
Oh,
I'm
God.
hoping that they kind of streamline that a bit. But
I'm sure
have
they will.
that in there as well, because that was just so good.
Yeah, that was cool. You could go onto the store, you could get like the alligator head.
Oh,
Yeah.
I ran around with that for a bit. I died right away.
There he is. You got the alligator head.
I was so hesitant to like buy stuff online until that game, and I was just like pouring money into it. So good.
Yep.
What else here? More Last of Us news. We got the PS4 bundle revealed by Amazon France. So what's the bundle?
It's just the PS4 and the Last of Us.
Oh,
I think,
the-
basically,
okay,
yeah, it just comes with the game.
That's a pretty good bundle, I would say.
It's good. There's a lot of people I think that still never played, like people who didn't have a PS3 because there's a lot of them.
Oh, exactly.
So
Yeah.
for people that missed out on that, I'm actually jealous of them that the first time they experience it will be on
It'll be
PS4.
awesome.
Yeah.
So good.
That's the right way to start it off.
And Brendan's phone just locked here. So
The whole world
Goodness.
has been sick, so now I'm sick.
It doesn't recognize as Brendan's tap.
it didn't lock itself. And the Wave Blue DualShock 4 is finally coming.
That's awesome.
Yes.
I don't need another controller, but
Yeah, I don't need another blue one, but I'll buy it.
Yeah.
So wait, you're buying two blue?
No, I'm kidding. I imported mine, but it's cool that it's coming here
so
finally.
that's how you got yours.
Yeah.
You got it all the way from China?
All the way from China,
Wow.
bro.
Yeah. They don't have an announcement for the red or the other colors.
No, I want to get a red one too. I have so
Supposed
many
to be the
controllers.
glacier white and the camouflage one.
I mostly just want to use my orange Titanfall controller on my PlayStation 4. I hope someone figures that out.
I don't know if that'll happen.
I think it will.
Ever.
Okay.
you talk to EA about that one.
Perfect. 2018.
Yep.
Alright, so it's after that.
So that was the controller. PS Plus games for July.
Oh, Tower Falls free.
Which I bought.
And
Yeah, I bought that too.
Yeah, I bought that too.
Towerfall?
Yeah, I think we all bought it.
Yeah.
I didn't buy it.
Oh, okay.
So
How much
good.
is it?
Yeah, it's good.
It's like
Yeah, it's
10,
free
15
on
bucks.
Oh.
Yeah.
Tuesday.
Strider. Those are both for
Which I
PS4.
didn't buy.
I didn't buy that, but I'm excited.
I
now
was
that
so
it's-
close to buying it. I'm so happy I didn't.
I know,
Yeah.
Why?
It just looks really good.
Oh,
Yeah.
and it's like it's based off of the older games of Strider back in like the 80s.
Yeah, this one's called Strider HD or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're kind of remaking that story, and I mean, like, it's kind of funny because Strider's biggest claim to fame was actually the Marvel vs. Capcom games.
Yeah.
So he was like one of the best characters to use in that, and then it's like, well, what game is he from? And then they looked it up, and it's like some
Some
16-bit guy with a sword, and they're like, what the fuck?
There's some people
So
recognize him from
well, he had a
the
PS1 game, yeah.
and this. I think it was Sega or Super. I don't recall.
Yeah.
Super Nintendo. Yeah.
I think it was Sega. I know which one you're talking about. But yeah, so and then the guys that did this did it with so much love and care. So it looked really good, and I was so tempted to buy it. So I'm excited that I don't need to.
All right.
sweet.
Yeah.
Some games coming on the PS3. We got Dead Space 3 and Vessel. Those both free on the PS Plus.
Yep.
Nice.
I have Dead Space on Origins.
I never played 2. or
Wait, you
3.
bought a game on Origin and it worked?
I didn't buy it. I got it for free with SimCity.
Right. Yeah.
So
It probably still won't work.
yeah, probably
SimCity,
not.
so
I
you
haven't
should
tried
You
launching
take
it.
advantage of
What's the
the
new SimCity? SimCity 4?
No, it's just called SimCity.
Oh.
SimCity. You're thinking The Sims.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sims 3. Oh my god. Or Sims 4, right?
Yeah, it looks so good. And hilarious.
I know, it looks
Well,
funny. That trailer was so weird though. Like it just
Yeah,
was-
this is a weird.
it was just a really weird demo that they showed the guy who was getting all sad about that old lady talking to him.
And
What was
then
his
the-
name?
I don't
I can't
know.
remember. I think you and me are the ones that
Chris
watched
or-
that. That was the EA conference, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, it was weird. But it looks cool.
Well, if anyone wants to do co-op in Dead Space 3, I'm down. Because I've been looking to play that game for a while.
I think Jeff's on board.
Jeff and I were the only ones that were actually playing that game, and I can't see any of you, so you're all probably going, "Ooh."
I don't know what you mean playing that game because I didn't play it.
We played the other Dead Space games.
No, we didn't.
You never played any of the other Dead Space games?
I played half of the first one, which is single player only, so I didn't play it with you.
I beat the
I'm
first
saying
one.
we both played Dead Space, not together.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I played half the first one. It was really good.
Sean, quit editing the document while I'm looking at it. Jesus.
Is he actually doing that?
Yeah.
I'm not typing anything.
Aren't you?
Oh.
It says you highlighted something. It had your name above the where you're clicking.
Just fucking with you.
You told me.
Anyways.
I'm actually kind of amazed at how quick. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's cool. That it shows up on
Sorry.
your phone too.
Guys, Dead Space 4.
Oh my god!
Oh my goodness!
Check our sources.
No, it's legit. Sean roasted it.
I know these things.
Okay.
Okay. Other free games. Muramasa. I keep every time I see this word, I want to say Mazamune. And
Yeah.
I think I don't know. I'm the only one. Rebirth. Sorry. And Doki Doki on Vita.
Cool. Good games. Won't play them, but good games.
Well, your Vita's broken because you threw it on the ground.
Oh, right. Yeah.
That
Rest in
sucks.
peace.
Pieces.
Oh!
Boom.
R.I.P.S. So the last article we have here is I haven't read up on this. This sounds interesting. Crytek not paying staff.
Yeah, it sounds like Crytek's basically dead. If they aren't paying their staff on time, I'm guessing they're out of money. So it's basically people
It's
aren't
so
getting.
interesting because they were having those awesome pizza parties when they were.
They served 10,000 meals.
Yeah, that was so bad.
We're like, guys, you don't have
For
enough
those
money
who
for
do not
food.
know what we were talking about, during the crunch time for development of Rise.
Well, it was after the game was out, but they were talking about the
No.
crunch time.
Yeah, they were talking about the crunch time. They were talking about how they kept buying pizza for all the Rise developers there because it's crunch time. And it's like, wait, you were making them work? Like, they were working tons of hours. It was bad. I'm not telling it.
I think,
correctly.
like, every company, I'm pretty sure, has crunch time. Like, even our jobs, there's times where you just have to work later on a weekend.
Yeah.
But it's just the fact. I think it was the way. It's one thing if someone tweets about their work, but like the company basically tweeted on behalf of the whole company and was like, I don't know, they just kind of made it sound very light, and they're like, we served 10,000 meals to staff. It came across as like, we served this many meals to people while they were like toiling away, and missing their families and stuff. And then it was like Rise facts. I don't know. It just seemed like something that they shouldn't have really been bragging about, even though it happens.
Yeah.
But they're not the only one that does it. I think it was just the way that they said it was
It was
poorly
guaranteed
chosen.
that everyone does it.
Yeah, because like Naughty Dog, like the one of the lead graphics designers, just tweeted a little bit about working on weekends or like sleeping at the office to try and get that trailer ready for E3, the one that we saw. But it's a little bit different because it's an individual person just kind of saying like, I worked my ass off to get that out.
Yeah.
I doubt that Crytek went around to every single person at the company and said like, hey, were you guys cool with this?
Yeah.
So it's just the way I think it was done, but it doesn't mean they're a bad company or anything.
No.
It could have just been the person who runs a social media account being stupid.
It just means the company is now broke.
Yeah.
So don't
It's too
work
bad
Crisis
because
games.
like they made the Crisis games, but I know the third one especially wasn't as well received.
Yeah.
I mean, they're graphical powerhouses, but the first one was a really good game. But I know as they went on, people were less impressed gameplay wise. So
It's always amusing when the first game that a company makes ends up being graphically ahead of like the next two.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get how they. I don't get Crytek. Don't they develop the engine, or is that something completely different?
Oh, they developed the engine.
it's their engine.
Because they always show off those crazy demos, like look at this engine. Like, don't they have that engine and other developers use that or something?
I don't
Or
think
is it
anybody Crytek's engine. I don't think was ever licensed by anybody.
Oh, it was just they were just
BioWare
showing it
is
off
using it
and showing how they.
Yeah,
Use
I
it.
think they've applied their engine to a few different things.
Oh,
Like they did.
for their
Far
games.
Cry was the first
yeah.
one.
BioWare
Oh.
using it for Dragon Age Inquisition.
Wait. So Far Cry Isn't that Ubisoft though?
It is now, but I'm pretty sure Crytek did the first Far Cry.
Oh,
I could be wrong.
Okay.
Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I don't want to. But I thought because they had Far Cry and then Crysis, and their name is Crytek. Like I think that's part of where that Far Cry.
But then
name.
Ubisoft picked it up. Or something.
I'll look this up and correct you right now.
Okay.
So, cool. That
Oh
brings
wow,
us.
you were right.
Oh, he did. So
Did they do the second one, or did they just do the first one?
Let's see. Oh, it's only the first one that I looked up.
Oh, okay.
But the first one was published by Ubisoft as well.
Yeah, the publisher.
And the second one was developed by Ubisoft Montreal.
Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
So maybe it was like their
So it's just
property,
the first one then.
kind of like Ratchet and Clank with Sony. Like they've made the game, but it's not their own IP.
Yeah, well, it sounds like they just handed it off.
Versus
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I could work on pizzas and other important stuff.
Wow, okay.
Anyway,
But I like the one bit that we haven't really talked about yet. The Rise sequel is canceled.
yes.
Then, my question: there was a Rise sequel announced?
It wasn't announced. Like, I'm sure, I mean, the first one just came out not long ago. It was probably in pre-production.
Okay.
But I mean, it's not surprising that they were considering working on it.
Yeah, I mean, it did sell.
It did seem cool. I know I wanted to play it.
It didn't seem, I don't know. I don't know enough about it. I didn't want to pay $60 for it, but it seemed like something, if I saw it for like $20 bucks, I might.
Try it out.
Like, graphically it was really impressive, and it seemed fun. It just, from what I read, it just kind of got repetitive after a while.
Wow.
Because it was originally supposed to be a Kinect game, and then they kind of had to adapt it to the controller.
Yeah.
You'd also need to pay $400.
Then when they did that,
Yeah,
they
well,
made
assuming
it
I already
a
had it
quick
in
time
Xbox.
event game.
Mm-hmm.
So, sorry if you guys can hear that in the background. It's crazy downtown.
I hear sirens.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't hear it.
All this here is people getting stabbed repeatedly.
Yay!
So that brings us to the end of the news segment.
Cool.
It's the news.
Sign us out, Sean. No, quit making new news.
Not making news.
Okay, we're done with the news.
Half-Life 3 confirmed.
Damn it, that's what I was gonna write.
I can't remember what I was reading the other day. Something to do with. I was playing GTA, and there's still, as far as I know, the whole secret of Mount Chiliad is still not confirmed. There's still
Yeah, nobody's figured it out.
yeah. And so I was playing with Brayden, a friend of ours or mine, and I went to the top. And I didn't notice this before. There's a little map, and that's what everyone's in question about.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like hidden underneath something, or
No, it's
Yeah.
at the trolley.
In the
Right.
gondola.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it was funny reading some ridiculous explanations online. It was just basically like going on, and I was like, "Yeah, Half-Life 3 confirmed." Made me laugh. So, anything for talking points, or we should move on to the timetable?
Yeah, we got like 5 minutes left, so
Timetable.
Timetable.
All right.
There's not a whole lot of timetable.
No,
There's
it's 7 months.
one
a little,
thing.
yeah, it's kind of a dead summer
Mhm.
until the fall hits with all the rest of the
October,
games.
September.
Yeah.
It's summer.
Okay.
Shutting up
Bye.
the Skype call. No. So coming up on June 27th, we've got Sniper Elite 3. PC apparently it's already out.
It's going to be out by the time that this podcast comes out.
So the release date is June 30th.
27.
Then today, yes, it is not June 27th. I see.
Yeah.
Cool. Is it just for PC or is it on?
If you look down a little bit more, you'll find out on July 1st. Comes out for consoles.
Cool. Yes, so as you say, July 1st comes to Xbox One, Xbox 360, PS3, and PS4.
Yeah.
Which for us Canadians is known as Canada Day. Get the fuck out, Americans.
Wow.
This is our
No, I'm
home.
excited for Sniper
We just
Elite.
lost one of our American fans.
Shit, that was 50% of our fans.
I don't know if you guys have actually played any of those games, but they're pretty awesome.
Yeah, they're very hardcore.
Yeah. I'm tempted to buy it, but at the same time, I might wait a bit and check out some videos, see how it is.
Well, they're full price, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Just coming out. It's 50% off.
Well, no, I mean,
No, but sometimes they're budget price, right?
That's what I mean. Sorry, if the game's like it's a full $60, $70 game, right?
Mm-hmm.
We'll see how it goes. I've been watching some of the DLC from Sniper Elite 2, so that's why I got that itch to go buy it. So, see.
Yeah, I played the original that was on PS2. I was so surprised that they made a sequel or a third one to be, because it just seemed really didn't seem like it was really popular at the time. Like I randomly stumbled upon it and I was like, oh, Sniper Elite.
Yeah, I
It's
honestly
okay.
hadn't heard of it before I heard about the third one.
Yeah, I was like, oh, it's okay. The AI is pretty stupid. Like, the idea is you're trying to sneak around, plant traps, or get intel, and obviously snipe people. But the cool mechanics behind Sniper Elite was the sniping and how it zooms in and focuses in on the guy and shows the bullet penetrating through their skulls and stuff like that.
Oh,
And
So
all
that was
that,
really cool.
like you have to account for the wind and stuff, and like it's
Oh,
real.
realistic.
Shooting is really hard.
Yeah.
oh, okay.
But
Then this time, if you pre-order on the PS4, I think, you get a special mission where you take out Hitler.
nice.
Wow.
It's like a single mission. That's like, your goal is to kill Hitler.
That's pretty cool. But
Did you ultimately fail? I guess that'd be
Oh.
accurate to human history.
Maybe he swallows a pill and you can just...
Yeah.
yeah, I would only have to say
Just
just
got
one
dark.
thing about the game is for Sniper Elite. Notice like when you're trying to sneak around, like there's an idea of sneak around you're supposed to do. If you hit a certain point, it's going to trigger guys. They find you, even if you're hiding behind a corner. They just know.
Oh,
you're
there's
there.
like certain areas that you couldn't
So
go to. Or...
my
They
friend was,
just know.
yeah, my friend was playing the new one, and it sounded like it was still there. So I don't know if the third one's gonna resolve that or have better AI.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah, no clue.
but we'll see.
Yeah.
I was just surprised they made 3 sequels or 3 games. So
All right.
Cool. Well, that's it for episode 10.
Whoop.
Of the
You can
J14
see us in a
Gamecast.
bunch of other places, such as...
I thought
This is
were
when you
taking-
guys are chiming in.
You've gotten so good at this. It was all you.
I'm not good at this. Okay.
J14gaming.com, youtube.com/J14gaming. On Twitter, you can find us at J14gaming. And on Twitch, twitch.tv/J14gaming.
and at your mama's.
Wow.
And deleting the whole podcast.
I'm kidding about that. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess that's it. So thanks for watching.
Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, and at J14 Gaming,
We
where
bring
we
the party
bring
to
the
party to
you.
Yeah.
2 thumbs up, guys.